I always get children in my band with the saxophone with very special questions that only happen to saxophone players. And I'd like you just to tell us what you think is the best way to start learning on the sax, because it's quite a heavy instrument, even with an alto sax, which is the smallest. What would you recommend children use? A strap, a harness? What do you think, Claire?
Well, I think for beginners, especially if they're young, it might be best to use a harness, because that way it takes the support away from their necks and puts them on the back, and that makes it much easier to carry the instrument around holding it, but it also means that because it takes the strain off, you can actually reach the keys more easily, and I know that's a bit of a problem for some young beginners. So I think that probably just recently had some students who started out using a strap and decided to then purchase a harness, and it's been much easier for them to reach the keys and much more comfortable for them. And it's really important to look after your body when you're playing musical instruments, because they are heavy. And the best type of harness to look for would be one with lots of padding, particularly around the shoulders and the neck. That way it'll be much more comfortable.
I think it's very important that you can hold your instrument really easily and freely without getting too tense or tight, because posture is really important in band. And remember, we always ask you to sit on the edge of your chair with a lovely straight back, chest up, neck up, so you're very tall, and then you've got a beautiful clear airway for the air to flow, so the air goes right through to the end of your instrument.
So what you'll notice is when you purchase a harness that they'll have adjustable straps, and you can make them longer or shorter or tighter or looser, and it's important that they fit snugly, so you want to pull them so they fit fairly close to your body.
Excellent. Now Claire, what about if you've got a reed that breaks or cracks? And it does a lot, doesn't it?
They do. So many broken reeds for beginners, it happens a lot. So if you've got some, you're not the only one. They're really not much use anymore, so you can throw them away.
Excellent. Should you be upset if you've broken a reed?
I wouldn't be upset. I would take it as a lesson to try to be extra careful next time. But it happens to everyone. I've broken reeds.
But they break anyway, don't they, after about, 6 weeks?
Eventually you'll need to stop playing on them anyway, because they'll have come to the end of their lives, really. So you won't going to go and use that reed for the next year anyway.
And have you ever had a reed that's really new and it breaks anyway?
Yep, I've had that happen. It just happens in an instant, and it's not something to be too upset about. Just take it as a lesson.
Do you find that sometimes there's so many screws on the sax and lots of little bits that go up and down? There's so many little adjustable bits. Do they ever come loose?
They do. So there are a couple of different ones. Now you'll probably have 2 screws up the top here, one on each side. You'll definitely have one on the right hand side. You might have one on the left too. And if they fall out, you can just screw them back in fairly easily, or ask mum and dad for some help. If you do notice that there are some screws or springs or things coming loose on the rest of the instrument, that is a little bit more tricky to fix, so I'd be talking to your teacher about that. Certainly if you find something on the ground when you've been at band or in your lesson and notice it's come off, keep it. It's really important that you put it in a safe spot in your case, because you'll need to work out how to put that back on. So I'd be talking to your teacher first of all, and they may well say to take it into the repairer. But particularly these 2 at the top, they often come out, so just keep an eye on them. Just make sure you've always got however many you started with there.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Claire. Bye for now.
Bye.